Welcome to On the Chain. This is Jeff here with co-host Chip. What is going on, Chip? Or should I say Simon?
Simon.
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 What's going on, Simon?
Hi, Simon.
Today, XRP. How'd you guys guess that's what we were going to reference today? How about the SEC? Hinman and Clayton, ETH and Bitcoin are not securities. Oh, did they say that again? Wait a minute. Over and over and over again? Man, there's a ton of stuff going on in this space tonight, today, yesterday. A lot of good things kind of rolling out. And man, I have really positive expectations. Then your best organization, Chip, your best favorite organization, the IMF, is up to something with El Salvador. We're going to have to talk about that.
Oh, we're going to talk about that, Jeff. We're definitely going to talk about that. Are you ready, my friend?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Welcome to On the Chain.
Well, Jeff, I think before we go any further, we've got to address this thumbnail that you put together because it really kind of says it all. Let's be honest with everybody here. It says it all. And wait a minute, Chipstar. You may change it to Chipstar.
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 You missed Simon. I had Simon up there.
Oh, you had Simon up there before? That's okay.
Someone said, "Who's Simon?"
Simon. Well, somebody once on the, everyone says goodbye at the end of the show. Somebody said goodbye, Kef, which is obviously hit the K key instead of the J key, typo. And then he said, and Simon. I guess that's me, Simon. So apparently I'm Simon. But look at this thumbnail, Jeff. Look at this. This is the SEC circus.
God, that's awesome.
Taught at MIT. Personal opinions only. Lawsuits are funny. Love those. I love with the little big old rubber nose. Personal opinions only. Taught at MIT, Jeff.
MIT.
Gotta love that. You gotta
oh
love
my
it,
God.
Personal opinions
awesome.
only. The best part about it, though, and there's always a good little touch. And if you just check out the balloon, it says XRP on it.
The big pin in his hand.
Yeah, the big old pin. Pop. Yeah, man. Sometimes you got to go deep on these. Jeff gets into these.
Get a little crazy.
You got to go deep, Jeff. And there's a lot of cool stuff going on. And right before showtime, before showtime, I saw that Brad Garlinghouse put out a tweet thread. What do you think about that? Mr. Garlinghouse put out a tweet thread. We're going to go ahead and we're going to review it. It's not a big one, but it's just...
All right, let's jump right into that one. Straight to the
Garlinghouse. Look at this. So Garlinghouse said, I'm excited to announce Ripple brought back our Series C. That was December of 2019 shares at a $15 billion valuation. $15 billion valuation. Remember, I thought they were evaluated at a valuation of $10 billion.
Yes, well,
are they saying their Series D was based on a $15 billion valuation?
It's crazy. It might be. But
look at this.
When I first saw that tweet, I saw 1.4. I'm like, what is that? A quarter of what? Is 15 billion a quarter? Did they sell a quarter of the shares? But then I realized, I was like, oh, that's 1 of 4.
1 of 4, man. Yeah, 1 of 4. I could have put 1 of 4, what makes a little more sense, but 1/4. And check this out. 2022, slowdown, not in our vocabulary. Even with 2021's headwinds, our best year on record, and Ripple's financial position with $1 billion, Jeff, is the strongest we've ever been. What do you think that says? Is this like coded for the SEC?
I think
it's like one of these.
I think it's written all over it. They're like,
it's one of these things where they wind this finger. It looks like more like that, right?
It looks exactly like that. I mean, this is great. A bigger valuation. They bought back all of the Series C. That's big. So there's good cash flow coming in. If there's good cash flow coming in, their solution successful. If their solution successful, that means financial institutions and banks and others are utilizing their solution. And there's something happening out there, regardless of what the SEC is doing. Is that what you read into it?
Thank you for clarifying that. So I see what happened there. They bought back their Series C, but now they did it at a $15 billion valuation. Back then it was only $10 billion. They paid a premium $5 billion, potentially more than what the valuation was, which means they bought back the Series C. And we got to look into that. If somebody, we got to figure this out. We'll look what the Series C was, and then we can do a little bit of math. We can figure out what the valuation was then. But they paid an extra 50% for it, give or take, right? So that means whoever their Series C investors were made some money, turned it around 3 years in, out. 2019, 2022, out.
Hey, Chip, how do you like your steak? Do you like your steak kind of like a medium rare?
I was a very
medium well.
I was a medium rare guy, and then I'm like medium. Then I went more to a medium well, but I like medium rare. I like this. I'll eat it. What's your
favorite cut?
If it's a red
like
piece, what do you like, Jeff?
How about like a bone-in fillet?
Bone-in fillet is very nice, Jeff.
That'd be pretty good. Add some sides to that, maybe some potatoes.
Yeah, you know what'd be even better is like Mr. B and Alex, getting all the sides, maybe getting 2 cuts of meat. That might even be more exciting, Jeff. Like, say I'll take a bone in, and
some butterflied shrimp.
Oh,
shrimp cocktail, like the big butterfly.
A little surf
shrimp.
and turf you got going on there. Now I'm starting to get a little bit hungry.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
So they have $1 billion in the bank. Mr. B's here? Oh, I didn't know that. It's just, oh man, who knew? So as we look, it's RippleNet is much more than cross-border payments. Jeff, we've been seeing this for years. Don't single them out. Nobody puts baby in a corner, right? It's just like you got to be more. There's more than just a cross-border payment thing going on. It's bringing crypto native services such as liquidity to enterprise.
Yeah.
Today, the network has a volume run rate of more than 10 billion. That's a pretty solid run rate. Huge props to the team for continuously upping the game, leaning into new capabilities year after year.
Year after year after year. And I kind of look over at the SEC circus, and I'm trying to factor in their personal opinions and their lawsuits and this whole MIT rollout, but their choice of clothing is stellar. Look at that.
Did someone say stellar?
Did someone?
I'm going to raise your stellar with XRP.
Little XRP.
So Jeff, this this says not 3/4 or one.
It's not 3/4. I was wondering.
No.
Let's see. We're doing 2 quarters, 3 quarters. Start with a quarter. a quarter of the conversation. So Mr. B is saying we will win, but you guys forget, even if you lose, you win.
Okay, that's right. We all win, no matter what. Really, I mean, there's going to be a great outcome. Let's put it that way.
That's right.
As long as there's
a good outcome.
And by the way, I saw a Mr. B tweet linked to, and I think it was like 90 minutes went through 800 million in shares of Ripple.
Wow.
That's yeah. I mean, and then we see this that happened earlier today, and now we see a tweet like this where they bought back their Series C at a $15 billion valuation. So now we know that Ripple is valued at $15 billion. $15 billion
action going on over there. So XRP Panic wanted to know how we went from share buyback to stakes. So
well, Mr. B, let's tell them why, because Mr. B's in the chat, and Mr. B and Alex, him as Coining 203, wagered a bet with Jeff and I that we would be going to a steakhouse. And Jeff, you want to let them know what the bet is?
And this is all based on whether or not there'll be a settlement between the SEC and Ripple. And our thought process was there won't be a settlement. It's going to go the distance with a judge decision, and their point is that there'll be a settlement. And so that's kind of how this all kind of spun into steak and potatoes.
That's how it got off on the steak and potatoes. But
that's right.
I knew where Jeff was going with this thing. I know where he's headed. So look at this. Ripple X full speed ahead on establishing a multitude of capabilities to the XRP ledger. NFTs, CBDCs, interoperability, bridges, sidechains, so much more. Working hand in hand with devs, partners around the world. It's a multi-chain world, after all. I love how you said that. It's a multi-chain world. There's a song there. There's a song there somewhere. Multi-chain world, after all. A little fun. And look, he's putting out the smiley face. Garlinghouse is feeling good.
World, after all.
I mean, imagine this company that you at the helm of now going into your 7th year, and you are absolutely bringing it to a level of where you last year, best year ever, 2022, bound to be
Bringing
more
it
of the same.
loaded. How about that? Loaded all the way.
Loaded, yes.
Laughing all the way to the bank.
All the way to the bank.
All the way to the bank.
Do you ever see those clowns, Jeff, like in the windows? Those like animated things. They're like,
This
You ever see that, Jeff?
I have.
Animatronics, Jeff.
Yes,
It's the future.
animatronics.
I heard it's the future.
I did too. I heard that's everyone's gonna. Yeah, it'll be nothing but animatronic. Forget the metaverse and all that other strictly animatronic.
Dog and pony
Going
show.
animatronic,
My God.
animatronic all the way. It's a lot
That's
more
right.
exciting. Hey, so hey,
Exciting.
it's exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. So I'm gonna pull up a tweet here, and then maybe we'll kind of go in reverse order. But this was a tweet from Eleanor Terrett. I don't know if you saw this one, but
I think I
this
did.
is,
Yeah.
did you see this one? No, let me see
probably
if we can
did.
get it. All right, hang on. See if we can pull this one up here. Make
Yeah,
sure we
throw it
get
up there.
the. Let me share it. Oops. Let me and it's pretty short. First, this is the SEC address live at 3686. What is that? Let's set this up. Let me get the tweet first, and then we'll go into it. So here's a tweet. So Eleanor says, so both Hinman and Clayton are now on record saying the W word. This cannot be ignored. This can't be ignored. So let's see if we can just play this real quick.
Bill Hinman recently outlined the approach we take to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security.
It's very low.
Yeah, it's a little bit too low. Can't turn it up. But basically, he's saying that Hinman recently outlined, how, their what their approach is to identifying securities, and this is, they're talking from the SEC perspective. So they just keep dropping it one after another. There's a lot of wheeze out there. So, just too much, right? Is that, who is that? So what does she say here? So, and it's not just the we part, it's the fact Clayton is encouraging people to go to the website and read the speech. Why do that if it's just one man's opinion, right? And then she goes, and right after Hinman's speech, there were numerous articles written with titles like SEC announces crypto, Ether is not a security. Why didn't the SEC bother to correct them? Or when journalists asked the question in interviews on live TV, no correction, confused. So what are your thoughts about that? It just seems like over and over and over again, they keep, there's just too much out there where they kept talking, both Clayton and Hinman, just referencing the wheeze and here's the SEC opinion, and then didn't do anything to try to correct if people were misinformed or misreporting. What are your thoughts?
I don't think they were really paying attention, which is a lot of what happens in government. People are just like, coasting around, showing up at this function, that function. I don't really think they're paying close attention to it. But this one right here is this was the one that Eleanor had tweeted out, I believe yesterday. I don't think we got to this one, but this is the one where he asked Bill Hinman, and watch what Hinman says here.
Sure, Bob. These are complex facts and circumstances tests, but when we look at Bitcoin or if we look at Ether and the highly decentralized nature of the networks, we don't see a third-party promoter.
He just dropped like 3 wheeze in a row there, Jeff. We. It's like the little piggy.
Over and over. And
we all the way home.
And we've heard this now on multiple different shows.
Right. It was like, well, we thought this, we thought that.
Shows. Yep.
And there was no preface of a personal opinion here, but let's listen again.
Facts and circumstances tests, but when we look at Bitcoin or if we look at Ether and the highly decentralized nature of the networks, we don't see a third-party promoter where applying the disclosure regime would make a lot of sense. So we're comfortable in some sort of viewing these as items that don't have to be regulated as securities.
Now, you also talked
4 times, 3 wheeze and a whir. 3 wheeze and a whir.
Yeah, 3, and look at the title in the lower third there. SEC, Bitcoin and Ether are not securities. So how could you go up on CNBC and say the wheeze like you counted? Was it 4 of them? And then have your lower third specifically saying that the SEC is saying that with no retraction, no correction. You know, he's not looking down. He should be looking down there at that lower third.
Well, Jeff, I know people
he can't, but
listening to the podcast can't see this, but he has like a puckered look on his face that says, oops, did I just say 3 we's in a word?
Did
I mean,
say
that's kind
that?
of what it looks like. That's kind of the reaction that we're getting here. He's like, oh boy, did I do it? Yep. Good luck. This is what I love. The internet's forever. The crypto Twitter will not let it rest. They're so unforgiving, Jeff. They will go to the end of the earth to find every last time.
That's right. Look at this from Citizen. That guy yelling in the background
That's
when
right.
Hinman says we don't see a third-party promoter. Sounds like he's calling bullshit.
Yeah. So exactly what it sounds like. Let's listen to that again.
The decentralized nature of the networks, we don't see a third-party promoter where applying the disclosure regime would make a lot
Oh, jeez. It does sound like that.
Jesus.
Oh, geez. Come on, man.
of sense. So we're comfortable in some sort of viewing these as items that don't have to be regulated as securities.
They don't have to be regulated as securities, Jeff. You want to know why?
They don't have
Not
to.
because it's a personal opinion, because we at the SEC said so.
That's
And this,
that's
I mean,
right.
this is going to be fun because I love the fact that, hey, you know what I say to the SEC? Congratulations. You bought all this extra time for crypto Twitter to unearth every time you guys stuck your foot in your mouth. And it's just glorious, Jeff.
Chip, it all depends what your definition of is. Kay Hud was saying, I feel like Bill Clinton's coming on and had come on, pardon the pun.
Yikes.
Hmm.
Let's listen to what else Billy says here.
Now-
That's we got to just get that on a loop, Jeff.
That's laughter.
Look at this.
Now, you also
Look at he's mad because he knows what's going on. But can you imagine this? Like back and forth, like on a loop. We loop
you
this.
also talked about initial coin offerings or
Who can loop this?
initial coin offerings or
Solo can loop it.
ICOs, which are ways of raising offerings or ICOs. Also talked about initial.
Look at that face.
You also talked about initial coin offerings or ICOs, which are ways of raising money using cryptocurrencies. Did you use a similar reasoning? You implied that most seem to be securities, ICOs, but some of them are not. Can you just show us what the difference is simply?
I wish we had a simple way to say this is in and this is out. As I mentioned, they're usually facts and circumstances tests. But a key factor is there a third-party promoter here who knows much more about the instrument than investors might? If that's the case, that's sort of a initial indicator that we might have a securities transaction.
They're all trained to do not answer the question. We can't single out anyone because, and then what's funny at the beginning of that, it looks like he was sleeping. He was looking down at his notes. He was looking for, so this was calculated, Jeff. Third-party promoter. You got Gensler, who promotes only one prong of the Howey test. The profits are based on the efforts of others. I mean, I want the imitate, yeah.
I wonder if we can go back to that period of time. Look at this. Bitcoin, $66.50. Ether, $519. Litecoin, $101. XRP.
We are back to that day. We are almost there, Jeff.
Wait a minute.
We're almost there.
Come on, let's go.
We're almost there.
People are buying it for investment and for a return and looking to that party.
And again, it's Litecoin /USD, Ether /USD, Bitcoin /USD, Ripple USD /USD. I don't even know what's going on there. It's always got to put the
For a
Ripple in there.
return.
Ripple XRP.
Then
they had to get the
again,
Ripple
that's an
in there.
indicia of a security.
Ripple XRP.
If you have,
Why is
on
everything
the other hand,
else
a
off
token that's
Coinbase
just
and only
used in the
and
network
XRP
for a
is off
good or
Bitstamp?
service?
Oh, you know what? That period of time, I think it was only on Bitstamp. It wasn't on Coinbase at that time. That's why.
Could have been. Yeah.
That's why people are buying it, and that service is available and up and running, not under development. Then you may not.
That's the main part of that one. But that was Eleanor. She's like, when we look at Bitcoin and when we look at Ether, there was another we in there too. Comfortable viewing these as items that don't have to be regulated as securities. I'm sorry, man. You're not walking away from that. Ain't gonna happen.
In his speech, it's all over the place. If it was just in his speech, hey, I wrote the speech and I was invited and it was just me, personal opinion, and now it's all over the place. It's it's getting to be a little bit much.
They deposed Bill Hinman. They asked them. They talked about a personal opinion. Okay, They're going to finally put that to rest. Well, how about your appearance on CNBC that one time where you said we? Who's we if it's not the SEC? And how about, I mean, and I think the bigger one there is the fact that when they said these items don't have to be regulated as securities, because they're not. Kind of hard to say, oops, kind of that's even, this right here is more damning than what he said in that 2018 Yahoo speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. See what I'm saying? See?
Yeah. See?
That's what it is. See?
Yeah. Hey, you want to do something really cool that we've never done before? Ever? I think this has probably never been done in the history of
I want to just say hello, shout out to
live streaming.
Notorious Super Sticker. What's up? What you got there, Jeff?
Oh, they're not even on there. Wait a minute. I'll have to wait till they are talking, but I probably can't get volume out of it. But I'm going to pull this up just for the sake of it.
Why don't
because
you,
I
Jeff?
think this is the first time in the history of YouTube where while on a live stream, we are pulling up another live stream. This is
That's the zoo.
This is the zoo. These guys, OGs from way back in the day.
Yeah.
So you got Malpass Bones, Bob Moneybags, not Bob Moneybags or Bob not.
You got Bones.
That's the,
looks like
you got Kick Boy. Man, you got all four of them there hanging out. They got a live stream going on right now.
Never stream
while
at the
we're
same
live
time.
streaming.
Right.
But how cool is that? That's the first time in the history of live streaming. Maybe not, but maybe it is.
I don't think it's the first time, but anyway, you know. but that's why I even mentioned that to Malpass. I'm like, dude, you want to go against us? I don't know, man. I don't recommend it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I
Anyhow,
don't recommend it.
that was pretty sweet to do that. All right, K-HUD.
Okay.
Security means mine, not yours. We like seagulls in Finding Nemo.
Here, I think
We all the way home.
the seagulls like fine. Yeah. What was that? Was it we? What was that thing you said? Mine. Okay, Jeff. Good news is I had this also in here. This is the hang on a second. This is why I like. Let's do this. Let me do this. So I do have that. So we just looked at Bill Hinman given the wees. Oh no. Gosh, it's becoming so now we're going to take a look at Mr. J. Clayton, former SEC chair. Let's listen in.
Oh, here we go.
Make sure I've
That's
got the
one I
volume.
played before, but I think it was only a segment. That's the one
this
with
is
Eleanor.
a closer one now.
Yeah, here we go.
Is it down? It's too low too, right?
It's too low, yeah. Maybe just talks low.
Hang on a second. I'm going to boost this thing before we're going to play. We're going to play this thing on
He
here,
seems
Jeff.
to be like he's just a low talker.
Well, that he is. He probably is a low talker.
Jeff,
Let me.
I think we can talk about some stuff over here.
He sounds nervous.
Over here, I'm in front of an audience, and I don't.
You know what?
Don't know.
When they're on camera, they're always like looking down at their notes, thinking about how they're going to BS the next question. They're always doing something.
All right. Hey, while we're
Do you remember?
searching
Do
and
you
hunting and
remember?
pecking,
What's the name? What's the URL for the get this tweet? What's it called? Get my tweet. Download a tweet. What is it called?
yeah, Twitter, download Twitter, something like that.
No, it's called Get My Tweet or something like that.
I don't know. I just started typing download Twitter, and it just all of a sudden it's like Twitter, download video, and it automatically comes up.
All right, let me try it. See if I can do it.
Download Twitter.
That's
Download
not it.
Twitter video.
No.
Boom, there it is. It is Twitter video downloader.com.
That might work too then. All right, let's do that. Let's try that. Give it a shot.
And that one
We
helps.
can do this. You can do it.
Clean it up a little bit. You can do it.
You can do it. Let's see if I can get
You
this
can
in.
do it.
Yeah, that's another one. All right, let's see. Let's download it.
Well, while you're trying to pull that up, let's take a little segue into the world stage, and we're going to go all the way over to Africa. So Andreessen Horowitz is making the first investment
Andreessen.
in Africa. Is it Andreessen Horowitz. Africa's biggest mobile game publisher, Cape Town-based Carry First, has raised $20 million in a Series A extension round led by Andreessen Horowitz. with participation from Avenir and Google. The round represents Horowitz's first investment in a company headquartered in Africa, and partners David Heber and Jonathan Lai will join Carry Fur's board as observers. What's exciting about that, if we look around, we really think is that Africa is really the next region that is poised for a massive economic growth. You have the technology, kind of an economic boom within fintech and crypto, and it's all based around this passion for people to better the community, better themselves, and decentralize to seek out freedom from any of the anything that's been really holding that back. And it's so impressive to see that. And the thing is, with crypto and fintech and all this new development, new technology, it is borderless, right? It crosses all national boundaries. It's amazing. And that's driven out of passion, not complacency. And so to me, this represents, a tremendous amount. And to start seeing that is just outstanding. I'm just excited every time I see more development coming out of different regions, anywhere but Silicon Valley.
That's awesome stuff, Jeff. I'm just trying to boost this audio here. Let me see if I can do this. Yep. Should be okay. I think I got it ready to go. All right. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see. Where is this puppy? Let me see.
Mac versus Windows. Who will win? Linux.
Yeah.
Actually, Google.
No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, Jeff. All right, so let me go back to it. Let's go.
Hans Loaded thought I was drinking out of a vase. This isn't a vase.
It's a vase, Jeff.
It's a vase.
It's a vase. All right, share this. Let's share the video file here. I like when people call it a vase. I'm like, it's a vase.
Vase.
Downloads. Let's see.
Download.
Here we go.
Homestar Runner. The download.
Here we go.
Falls within the ambit of a securities offer and sale is a facts and circumstances analysis, where we use a principles-based framework that has served American companies and investors well for over 80 years. Bill Hinman recently outlined the approach we take to evaluate whether a digital asset is a security, and I encourage you to take a look at Bill's speech, which is available on our website.
Oh, that's bad, Jeff. That is like insert whole foot, leg, and arm into mouth. My God.
That's a part that we couldn't hear yet.
So that's encouraged.
So it's on the website.
Yeah.
Go read his speech. It's on the website. And this is
whether a digital.
Is this the speech that they now redacted?
No, this is one I never heard of before.
To evaluate whether a digital asset is a security, and I encourage you
to evaluate, to go check it out, because Bill Hinman recently gave a speech where he said ETH and Bitcoin were not securities. Now they're trying to backtrack, Jeff.
Yeah, let's do it. Backtrack. We got to backtrack it.
A little backtrack. Anyway, that was good. I had to boost that twice because that's how low it was. That's how low what a soft talker he was. It
was ridiculous. Twice. He actually was speaking loudly. I'm shocked.
Yeah,
he was speaking lowly because he was trying to kind of like hide it. He was thinking in the future, they're going to really, clamp down on us when we file this lawsuit in 2020, or we're going to drop this massive, lawsuit 2021. Sorry, 2021.
Yeah,
no, 2020.
2020.
Wait, December 2020. Holy cow. Man, the time's just flying by. Can't remember. Is it 2022?
2022, Jeff. Last I checked, yeah.
That's right. All right. That was cool. Very good.
Very good. So if it takes, let's see what this says right here. Let's try this one. This was from yesterday.
Good, man. I mean, there's just way too much stuff. It's amazing. I'm trying to figure out how is it, so now when it gets to from a court perspective, and I'm sure the Ripple attorneys have got to be piecing this stuff together. They've got to be scouring social media because they're not going to find everything, and so now we've got everyone out here in the space, passionate, scouring the speeches, the social media, backtrack, trying to find every little bit of information. But if it doesn't make it to Ripple's attorneys, at the very minimum, then we know it's going to make it to to John Deaton, and get brought up somehow, from that perspective, because there's a whole nother, front in this battle. And so I think that's a really important perspective to consider as well, as the XRP community steps up and says, hey, by the way, this was not a security at this point, and you can keep backtracking. Jeff, I think you're frozen, or you're finally falling asleep.
No, I'm okay, Jeff. I was just I was just typing a note to the zoo saying, I can't believe you guys are streaming during our live stream. We featured you guys live. So
are they still?
They are.
They're still? Did they get their audio fixed?
Did they?
I don't know.
No, it's still messed up, Jeff.
Oh, all right. I won't search it then. I was going to try to bring it in again, try to get some audio, get a little bit of excitement. There you go.
There you go, Jeff. So let's see what else we have here in Neo. There's so much to talk about. Jeff, this was something interesting. This kind of came across our Twitter feeds today, and I thought, this is actually pretty interesting, a pretty interesting looking project. We talk about projects. We really should talk about more of them, but let's look at this thing here.
All right, bring it up. Bring it up.
Bring
it on.
Come on, please. Enough with that already.
That was awesome.
Enough already with that, right? So let's go ahead and share the screen here. Let's go take a look at this. This is a new project. This is the XRP DAO.
The DAO.
An XRP DAO. So this is what it is right here. Here's the Trustline.
Looks exciting.
Let me just put this in there. If anybody's interested in this one, let me go ahead and put that tweet in there. That way you guys can, there's the Trustline in there. Now
you can set up the Trustline. There's a little bit of a process there too. So
now what Jeff and I both like about this, which I think is different from a lot of these airdrops, is they've got a Google form that you have to fill out, right? So there's a couple different things that you have to do. First of all, you have to follow them on Twitter. Then you have to give them your Twitter name. Then you have to give them, there's just a couple things in there. Then you got to follow them. I think it was on Telegram, right? Follow them on Telegram. Put your Telegram name in there.
You had to put your Telegram, your Twitter.
So they're really
Twitter. It was really intense.
Yeah, they're really ticking all the boxes there, Jeff. And I think that's a really good thing because, and check it out, they got like 4,000 followers in one day. So it's really starting to take
a really cool graphic.
Yeah, it's cool. It looks good. I mean, and at XRP DAO is the name of it right there. And let's see, let's see what else they had here. So here we go. Website in progress. Trustline will be available on January 25th, 5 o'clock. Of course, that just happened. Private sale, 2 million, 10%. Team will get 1 million. That's 5%. Airdrop 1-to-1 ratio, 10,000 in a Trustline. That's 5%. Community rewards, 12 million. Partnership, 3 million. And the DAO treasury will have 1 million. Are you ready for airdrop phase 1? Yeah. So again, they can put that out. The XRP DAO makes money through dividends from investments made by the organization. People starting XRP DAO can also make money convincing others to invest in it individually based on their business idea. Hold and earn more tokens. So let's see how this pans out.
Man, it's kind of crazy though. I mean, I read that part of it.
That part feels a little scammy.
It's a little bit sketchy. We start out in the beginning. I get it. Okay, you're going to make it through dividends from investments. Maybe they're investing in startup and getting okay. Then all of a sudden, you can make money by convincing others to invest invest in it individually based on their business idea. What does that mean?
Well, the thing about a DAO, though, well, okay, so a DAO makes investments, but it's a community DAO. It's decentralized. So that means all the people who probably have a token have some sort of a vote, and they vote on what they want to invest in. And well, what could go wrong by there? I mean, it's bad enough investing yourself. Now you're going to have a community investing in stuff. It didn't work out so well for the
my God,
for some of those other projects out there. So
it's another airdrop in the space. It's kind of like you're running around, with a jar and you're trying to catch raindrops.
Yeah, but to be clear, what we're calling out is the fact that they, not so much about the project, but the way that they're looking at the project, because they don't want to game it to the point of where, Yeah, it says I've already responded. Let me see if I can put that into a.
Ghost X Studio says, where'd it go? Does anybody know the team? I don't think any of the team has been even announced yet. But they're also planning on rolling out. So I think we got to give it a little bit of time to see when they roll out their white paper and actually launch a website. But I think, in all honesty, though, Chip, with the projects like that, I think you need to have your white paper and your website ready to go before you start announcing airdrops. I think that that's a critical part. At least have a landing page. If you can't have a landing page and a website, get some excitement, put a timer, countdown with some dynamite. I don't know, put something on a landing page. The fact they don't have that's a little concerning, don't you think?
No, because I think everybody always wants to get out in front of it. You're trying to just, look at this. They were at 6,000 followers on Twitter. You have to follow them to be included on this. Now they're almost at 10,000. So you sort of get momentum and excitement, and people set the trust line.
We need an we need an OTC DAO. Get the OTC DAO and say you have to subscribe on YouTube to the other channel.
That's right.
In order to qualify for the drop. Blow up the other channel is kind of make sure, and then
sounds like a lot of work. I'm
Seems
trying
like
to
a ton of
avoid
work.
doing more stuff. I'm trying to
And
do
then
less.
what are they going to do with the Google Doc? I mean, now they got to go through it. What are they going to cross-reference it against? They're capturing a lot of people's Twitters and Telegrams. If you start getting a ramp up in spam on your Telegram, then
I don't think that's it.
Maybe this project out of Russia.
It's all open source stuff. I mean, it's not private stuff. It's not like, I have a private Telegram. It's not really like that.
I have a private Twitter. I don't give it out to anybody.
Nobody, man.
Don't interact with anybody. Don't ever give it out. Keep your Twitter to yourself.
Let me look. I was looking for Ace. Yeah, so
Mr. Wright said Twitter does not add credibility. Well, no, that's why they put Telegram in there, because Telegram and Twitter, you get kind of two that have no credibility. It's almost like two negatives equal a positive.
That's right. And how about this article about Solana? Part of
Solana.
So yeah, I mean, just like anything else, what we discovered is that, there's centralization to it. And that's going to crunch. So Solana's network Blackout puts it in dire straits among competitors. It's proven itself to be a worthy
man.
Yeah, it's been a worthy competitor of Ethereum and other leading smart contracts platform in the space. It's shown through terms of speed, performance, transaction fees, all of which have beaten that of the top competitor Ethereum. But despite this, smart contracts networks fallen short in a few places, and those are being the up and down time of the blockchain. And this is very bad for almost anything. Up and down of the blockchain, up and down of your website, up and down of the internet.
If you're down, man.
Bad.
Silverback saying the network's been down for 72 hours. So, is it growing pains, or, is this something they can get out of? Because if it's something they can't get out of, then all of a sudden you're going to have some issues. But if it's growing pain, then okay, they'll figure it out. And, a month from now, people are going to forget all about the outage. Question is, how do they deal with it? And that's going to test the mettle of this company, because if they can overcome this, then, all this is just a little bit of FUD. Outages putting the network at a disadvantage. That's if they fix it. You can't fix the outages, with a software update or hardware update, whatever they got to do, then, man, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, but I think they're in a lot of trouble as it is because of the network going down. You can't have these kind of you can't have a smart contracts platform that experiences anything, goes down for a half hour, an hour, whatever, 17 hours. It just doesn't work.
It doesn't.
It's bad news, man.
And so ex game writer saying forget about it, but they've been down 5 to 6 times already.
That's exactly right. But it's also, there's a lot of centralization going on there, the way the network structure is set up. And I think that's really the telltale thing. And here's, I want to throw this up here because this is kind of funny.
There's another comment before you throw that. Mo Fungan saying Solana's network is like a traffic jam in Zimbabwe. It can last 4 days and no one seems to be able to fix it. That's
pretty much
the disaster. Absolute disaster.
So Jeff, recently having to work back on a PC again, this
It's awesome.
kind of hit hard today. So I want to show this because
I know you're loving it. I know how much you love PCs.
Perpetually complicated. The mouse doesn't work right. The cursor doesn't work right. Nothing works right on it. It's just all, the search doesn't work. Nothing works. So look at this right here. David Schwartz, which is worse? Cortana, Clippy, or Satan? Satan wins, but
must excuse myself for 1 second.
Okay.
How do I do that?
Just take yourself out. So here we go. That was I hope there's not a fire in Jeff's house or something. Anyway, so the whole idea of Cortana and Clippy, if you guys don't know, Clippy was back in the 90s, maybe early circa 2000, was this giant paper clip that would just bounce up and start suggesting things. It was horrible. It was the most horrific. Cortana is the new version. Well, Cortana comes in and annoys the living daylights out of you. That's another thing. It has some interesting features, but I don't know. But if we had to be, everything good?
Yeah, I plugged into the wrong outlet in the power strip, and it decided not to work.
Oh man! So look at,
and then my lighting is off too. Look at that.
See, I don't like when people put just show the results, because you want to know between the three of them, and people just show the results. So just the results won. Which is worse? Just the results. So that's one of the downsides to one of these kind of polls, man. And
why are you running off stage? Gotta run off stage.
What happened, man? I'm on a different side of things over here.
Oh,
and finally, Jeff, I did see again. This was pretty. There we go. It feels a little bit better. This right here. Okay, this is very odd. I mean, it's good in a weird way, but it's very strange and odd at the same time. But are you familiar with Jimmy Fallon? Jimmy Fallon show. He's the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. With Jimmy Fallon. So check this out. And I love the comment on this. So somebody named Nabber69 said, I'm almost convinced that someone has dirt on every. Yeah, hang on. I'm going to read the comment first. Look at this. I'm almost convinced that someone has dirt on every celebrity getting into NFTs, because this clip is just weird. Genuinely feels like they're being held hostage. What the hell's going on? So this is Paris Hilton. If you know, she's gotten into NFTs and stuff. But this is it is kind of an odd exchange here. But let's listen in here. Let's listen.
Yeah, I jumped in.
I know.
I jumped in.
I know. I heard. I'm so happy I taught you what they were.
You did. You taught me what's up, and then I bought an ape.
I got an ape too, because I saw you on the show with people, and you got on MoonPay. So I went and I copied you and did the same thing.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
This is your
mine.
ape.
Yeah,
you did.
It's really cool. Like the hat, the shade.
Now what? How did you pick? Because you can pick your
world.
Yes,
pick your
I
ape.
was going through a lot of them, and I was like, I want something that like kind of reminds me of me, but this one, it does. I think we made like another version of it where he takes the hat off and blonde hair comes out.
Yeah, because you can do it now whatever you want.
Animated version.
We're part of the same. We're part of the same community. We're both apes.
I love it.
Here's my ape. This is my ape.
Yours. Yours is so cool. I love the red heart sunglasses. I love the captain hat.
It reminded me of me a little bit because I wear striped shirts. I've worn these heart sunglasses because my daughters, just as a joke, they have them, and as a joke, I put them on. So I've done this, and I love yacht rock and being breezy. So I'm like, yeah, that kind of, and I like the blue. Dude, look at us.
They look like they could be friends.
They're buddies.
That's just gut-wrenchingly stupid.
Jeff, this is the worst 2 minutes of TV you think you've ever seen, right?
I mean, what the hell? I mean, that's just brutal. I mean, just brutal. It's just brutal watching that. You know, just I mean, now it's all about, oh, I got one too. It's their Me Too moment. You know, it's like, oh, it's the next big thing, NFTs. They all got to get on TV and talk about them like they know what the hell they're talking about.
Oh, but wait, there's more. Oh, yes, there's more, Jeff. You thought that was it? Let's listen to this.
You have a new NFT. You have one being released soon. We have it here. What can you tell us about this?
Well, it's an NFT series that I'm doing with Super Plastic and releasing on Origin Protocol. And then I made another piece by hand. It took me 6 months, and it's all a collage of all of my memories with Carter, and it's called My Forever Fairy Tale.
Wow. And here's the actual collage.
Yes.
Well, let's open this applause.
I think people are going to love this.
Well, if you love it so much, I actually am going to give you the first one.
I would be honored.
Wait for the Oprah moment, Jeff. It's coming.
And I want to give one to everyone in the audience.
You get an NFT. You get an NFT. You get everyone gets NFTs, Jeff.
Look under your chair. There's an NFT under your chair.
There's an NFT on there. Everyone's like, "Woo!" Who gives a crap? It's like this is some weird television, man.
Everyone gets an NFT.
Yes, everyone.
Oh my god!
So they'll get NFTs, Jeff. Is it all NFTs of her standing next to the? What is the NFT actually? Is it? Are they duplicating the NFTs? So there's no scarcity. What's the point? There's not one. It's like, what are they getting? They don't get into it.
It's brutal. Motherfucking Hunter Biden's in for some competition.
We love you.
Iconic.
Oh my god.
Jeff, it's iconic, Jeff.
It is iconic, Mr. Right. People in LA have no life, which is getting to be more and more true as the life goes on. But so as a side note, Chip, Coinbase hires SEC counsel in regulatory role. Check that out. Taya Knight joins crypto exchange after working for Commissioner Elad Roisman. And yes, Chip, you can get one too.
You can get an 8.
Look at that. Look at those Hark sunglasses. What do you know?
I guess it's pretty common these days,
Don't
Jeff.
be boring. Attend the the Web3 event of the year. It's permissionless. Sweet. Anyhow, so that was Coinbase. And then one other thing for you real quick. Myanmar military government proposes to jail digital currency and VPN users.
Oh, good luck.
Don't go to Myanmar, even though they have this really cool traffic circle with gold something and others in it. That part's cool. This building looks like a palace.
Isn't it Myanmar?
It's Myanmar, something like that. And then they have something else, gold and other I guess you can find where all the traffic circles are because they have like gold pyramids. And then they got these little buildings and other stuff. Anyhow, you want to go there, then the military government is going to put you in jail. So you don't want your digital currencies. You don't want to use the draft bill is open for comments. So yeah, could you imagine?
No.
The military government is proposing jail time, and then it's open for public comment. Who wants to comment on this?
We want to know what you think.
Yeah, I'm against it. You're out. Get rid of him.
What do you really think, Jeff? Is this
how
a good
long
thing?
you last? It's a real good thing. What a bunch of. And then over in Russia may allow crypto mining and gold-backed stable coins. How great is that? Check out that.
Interesting.
Cool.
Okay.
Look at all the cars down. They got a lot of Mercedes over there. It's getting somewhere, right? Russia can legalize crypto mining and stable coins backed by gold under government control. More government control. Look at that. A high-ranking member of the Russian parliament has suggested the statement comes after Bank of Russia proposed a wide-ranging ban on the use of cryptocurrency and their trading and mining. Mining and some stablecoins can be legalized, Duma deputy insists. So legalize it there under
Duma
government
deputy.
control. Duma deputy.
Duma deputy.
Russian Duma deputy. The Duma deputy. Duma.
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 Deputy.
Duma.
Duma.
Duma. Duma.
Dumas.
Dumas.
Kick.io.
Nomos. Dumas.
And then check out this story. This is an interesting one. Jeff, I want to get your take on this one here. This one here is Charlie Gasperino, and he's saying that the Biden's Department of Justice is lawyering up for a significant crackdown on corporate America on everything from antitrust to fraud. Looking for so-called first chair and second chair lawyers, also known as lead attorneys, for various offices around the country. And of course, he had the story at 140 earlier today. So, Jeff, if that is true, what should we expect this crypto legislation to be signed by the president?
It's going to look just like that.
There it is. There it is. Myanmar military government.
What's the difference? Holy crap. Everyone's
like,
let's see the juxtaposition here. We got This one, they're lawyering up to crack down on corporate America and make sure they crush it. They're going to crush them. And the military government proposes jail time for digital currency. What the hell's the difference here? I'm missing something. I don't know.
Jail
and then,
time, dude.
then let's throw some, let's sprinkle in a little of this, mining and stablecoins can be legalized only if it's government controlled. Government control.
So people are missing the whole point of decentralization, Jeff.
What the man? If I didn't know any better, I'd think that the big guy is in the pocket of the P guy over in the R place.
I'm starting to sound that way,
isn't it? So, it's, and maybe the X guy in the C place. Maybe they were seeing who got the short stick to have to go by and control the big guy. I mean, this stuff is just like outlandish. I mean, you can't make this up. This is like a made for a TV movie, and it's insane. I mean, it's just, it's so crazy. It's crazy.
It is crazy, Jeff.
Crazy stuff. And then this, I didn't even put it in the keep, and I referenced it, but the IMF, Chip, your buddies over there at the IMF. No. I know how much you love the International Monetary Fund because they're awesome and they do great stuff. And, it's one of those non-government organizations that seem to have a lot of control and influence. And, they created all sorts of cool things that supposedly help people. But they've asked El Salvador to remove Bitcoin's legal tender status. Are they trying? And the whole point is that El Salvador's financial woes continue. So let's see. El Salvador, their financial woes were pretty bad before they did that. Venezuela is crashed and burned. Lebanon, problems. Turkey, problems. Cyprus had problems. All these countries had massive issues, and none of them were using decentralized cryptocurrency when their economies crashed and plummeted. And the U.S., I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with our economy over here, but the dollar is getting devalued and inflation is skyrocketing, all without the economy being run with crypto. So, who do you trust?
I don't know, Jeff. I'm really wondering who is behind. Who's behind? Who's running the Macdonald's Twitter handle? I mean, it's getting weirder. It's getting weirder and weirder all the time. Look at this.
Did they do something?
They're always doing
weird recently.
Yeah, they're always doing something weird. This one here, they say, look at this. If only Tesla accepted the Grimace coin. You remember the Grimace?
Grimace.
The Grimace. The Grimace was
McDonald's. If they dropped the Grimace coin, that would be freaking awesome.
No, if they drop the Grimace coin, it's going to go ballistic. And you know who's going to have a heart attack? Your buddy in California, Jeff. You know him. The Shermanator. I know you're the Grimace. Next thing you know, he dropped the Grimace coin. And then, bam, they dropped the Grimace coin.
They should drop the Grimace coin.
No, I don't understand.
The Grimace coin would be awesome. That would be the greatest thing ever.
It starts with the U. The Grimace coin.
That'd be awesome.
I got to tell you, man, that is some funny stuff. The Grimace
they're
coin.
Awesome. That would be fantastic. Got to get one of those Grimace coins. Okay, HUD. To be honest, hopefully it works out well. Works out. El Salvador is 6% 10-year BTC bond. And while Bitcoin is going down, El Salvador is buying the dip, just like Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy buying the dip on Bitcoin, and all the media is coming out against MicroStrategy. Oh, look at Michael Saylor. Their stock prices are going down with MicroStrategy because of their buy-in into. And Michael Saylor was trying on from an accounting perspective. He was saying that's our treasury. Here's our financials. And trying to separate it. You know what the SEC did? The SEC steps in and says, nope, you can't do that.
Nobody cares what they
IRS.
think.
It might have been both.
I think the SEC.
That was the SEC. They stepped in. Right, because they were trying to separate it. Yeah, from the accounting. Forget, but it's so, man, what an overreach, and they have brilliant accountants over there. They're not just trying to skirt around and not pay taxes. They're trying to, report things the right way, and then you got these guys, everywhere else. It's crazy stuff. Crazy. Man.
Would you say it's insane?
It is asinine. Insane. Man, my foot just fell asleep. What a pain.
What the heck is this?
That's it.
Chef, what was the name of that project called? Is this it right here? Let me look at this thing. Let me put this up here. Tell me what is this thing here? Let me look at this.
What is that? Is that the Grimacecoin?
No, this is onXRP.com. Proud to announce our partnership with CXR. Or to build the biggest ecosystem of the XRPL, we need a partner like Semtrex. They have over 300 designers and developers to support our goals and vision. Is that the one that was the XRP? Do you know this project?
I recognize that coin or logo.
It looks like the Meta logo.
Yeah, you're right. It does.
You are the best. I don't know what that is.
Best. You're the best. You are the best.
They just have a partnership. So and again, is there a website? Nope. There's a Discord. Here, it must be here.
That's it.
And let's see. These are useful links.
Can you zoom in on that huge font at the top? What does it say?
Where?
On XRP.com.
There it is.
What is that?
I don't know what it is. But then it goes there. So there's no website. XRP, XMC.
No, it has a Trustline.
Oh, here it is.
And a website.
There it is.
What? I don't know what that is.
I've never read this before.
Yeah, look at it. Brand new stuff. Only
they're the community leaders: Bearable Bull, Bicky Be Fresh, Bank XRP, King Solomon, Panos. So
what is this? Community cheerleader.
I don't know. It's pretty interesting. I mean, Mickey B and the Bearable Bull and Bank, Panos. I don't know what that means exactly, but I don't know. We'll have to unravel this one on XRP. I don't even know what it is. What's the white paper? What's the project? What is this thing?
XRP Panic says keep clicking links, Kevin.
Oh, no, it's Kevin. Nice. I love the graphics, though. There you go.
Just click all those random links.
Tokenomics. Let's look at the
team. Right thing. We should launch the Lemon Tree DAO. The Lemon Tree DAO sounds freaking awesome.
Now look at this, Jeff. At least the founders are showing their faces, which is a good thing always.
How do we know those are the real faces?
Don't know, Jeff. Bastien van Rockel, Chief Operations on XRP. And then we've got George Koger. He's the founder and the Chief Marketing Officer. Louis de Jong is the founder of Head of Communications. Henk Term, is this a Dutch company? Cohen or German? I don't know. Cohen van Allen. Seem to have a pretty interesting team.
Well, if you can't read their names, yeah, it's probably not over here.
He's an XRP podcast host, Brooklyn Nets beat reporter for the New York Daily News. Mission and vision, Jeff, to provide everyone in the XRP community with value. There you go.
Like it. Legendary is saying, "What's in the after show tonight?"
Oh, yes, yeah. I got to unpack this project, Jeff.
Yes, we do. There it is. Unpack that page.
It's the ecosystem built by the X-Punks. Okay, there you go. Purpose of extending Web 3.0 to the XRPL. Platform separated into several modules, starting with the foundations of the content module. Yeah, I know the X-Punks.
Who are the X-Punks?
X-Punk
airdroppers.
NFTs. I don't know. I just wanted to like the 1 minute elevator pitch that this is what it is. Sounds complicated.
Look at that. Crypto G says OTC has better post-credit scenes than Marvel.
Yes, dude.
Look at that. That's
dude. Awesome. Post-credit scenes than Marvel. Yeah, it all ends up in the same place.
That's right. Quote of the day. Can't say it. Not over here.
That's about the size of it. That's our Jeff. That's our Jeff. And Ed says, as always, he's always a great guy, man. I'm down with OTC. What's going on, Ed? Hey, Chip and Jeff. I got to unpack this project. I don't know what it is. I just want to read like one paragraph and I know what it is. It's the future of this or the XRPL. I mean, I'm cool. But can you just tell me what it is? I don't want to read. I don't like a lot of reading, Jeff, to be honest with you.
You don't like a lot of reading? Yeah, well,
No,
he just
nobody
read a
does.
lot and didn't say much.
But if it's not from
still-
over,
I
you
still
can't
have
read
no
their
idea
names.
what
It's
that
not
is.
from over here. So, quote of the day. Put that on a shirt. You can't speak for yourself, Jeff. I was doing a spectacular job of butchering those names. What are you talking about?
Oh,
So
come on.
anyway,
Can't
you
make this
guys
stuff up.
know me, Stream. The most important thing you can do is you can share this with people that you know and love, or even people you don't care about, right? It doesn't really matter.
And of course, Igor comes on over here and says, "You guys sound a bit jealous."
Jealous. Just trying to find out if there's any good music to play. Doesn't seem like
None.
it.
There's none. There's absolutely no good music in there.
There really
love
isn't.
Yeah. So anyhow, get that music going. Drop that beat. There we go.
It's like
Oh my
it's like your
God.
first beat you made on a drum machine, man.
I think
Incredible.
that's what it sounds like, a synthesizer.
Let's get out of here, Jeff.
Hang on. If you guys don't know who we are on the chain. Check it out. We're broadcasting 6 days a week, Sunday through, I had to read it, Sunday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't done so already, go look for a link in the description below. Go check out the other channel, chopping up some of these live streams in the short 8 to 10 minute sections with the best of the stuff from a stream. Got Hans Loaded going over there and producing that segment, which is awesome. Go check it out on the website. Click the podcast, and you can go back, look at all of our videos. Go check out the last interviews that we did. Easily search. You can even hit subscribe. You can follow us over here. Hit the subscribe. Different ways to support On the Chain if you desire. We obviously do it free. And what we do is every night after we're done, you'll get an email. You'll get the links to the podcast and audio, get the links to the video, some articles, all sorts of cool stuff. So you want to check that out. And if you want some OTC merch, you can go check that out too. We'll talk about that on another show. See that? Check that out. We got I don't even know where it is. I got the On the Chain. There you go.
On the chain
over
dude.
there.
Nice.
So, and that's what we got for tonight. Tomorrow's another night. Tomorrow's Wednesday already, which I can't believe. And that's it.
That's it,
all I got,
guys.
Chip.
Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your patronage. Thank you for your intelligentsia. And thank you for coming and stopping in, saying hi, whether you stayed for 5 minutes, whether you're watching the rewatch. We love you. And we can't wait to see you guys again tomorrow. So we'll catch you on the next one. Chip and Jeff,
Out.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.